guys, your girl Beauty with Mika, and I'm back with my final favorites video for 2018. I hope you guys are enjoying all these favorites videos. There's so much coming up for 2019, but coming January 2019, I will be giving you guys my best of 2018. I know you guys are excited as much as I am to see what I pull for skincare and beauty, but let's go ahead and get on to the favorites. So for lip products, you guys know I never really talk about lip products here on my channel. I'll just tell you, you guys that ask me what am I wearing or if I'm doing it, get ready with me. But I keep so many lip products in my everyday makeup bag that stays either in my purse or just at work that I wanted to pull some products out. Right now, I am wearing Chestnut Liner with Riri Woo from MAC. And for one of my favorites, I have been using this Chestnut Liner all year long. This is from MAC. This is the only liner pretty much that I have been using for a brown liner with any color, just to either bring out the color, bring it down a little bit, tone it down or whatnot. But I have this in every makeup bag. I have it in my everyday drawer, my makeup bag, pretty much anywhere I have it. This is part of an essential. So this has been a favorite for a long time. Some lip products. I only have 4. The first one is from MAC. It's a matte. This is Whirl, and this was that Kylie Jenner nude that came out like that before she came out with her lip kit. This was the nude that she used to always wear, and I love this. This is actually, I feel like, a color that will go for any and every skin tone, but I have almost used this down a lot, and this pretty much when I want to have something like a little bit of a neutral tone but not too much heavy, this has been one of my favorites that I've been pulling. Now on another lipstick, and I actually had to reorder this one. This is from Kat Von D. This is Sanctuary. I pretty much can actually use a lip combo where I'll use Sanctuary with Whirl and Chestnut Liner and be good to go. So Sanctuary has been a good nude if you're looking for something that's super, like, it's not so much, but it's just enough. Now, you guys heard me talk about this Pat McGrath gloss, and I am getting into glosses just as like, kind of like to vamp up my look or just to bring it down. I don't know, but I've been feeling a bunch of glosses, and I did haul this in that Sephora appreciation haul video. This is the Pat McGrath's Last Bronze Temptation lip gloss. I don't wear a lot of lip glosses. I only have maybe like 4 or 5, but this has been one that just gives a really good sheen to the lip and gives it some color. It has some gold flecks. Now, last but not least, this was gifted to me by one of my YouTube sisters on here. This is Ofra Tuscany. It's actually supposed to be a gloss, and I really like this one because when I'm wearing my nude lips, if I just want to have a little bit of pink in it or a mauve, I have learned that nudes with a mauve for women of color have been really good. So this one is Ofra Tuscany, and this is a lip gloss also. Now let's go on to some makeup. Now on to some basics. This is the CoverFx Power Play Foundation. I'm in the shade in Deep 4. Love this. This has been like my go-to. I've actually had to hide it and take it out my makeup drawer because I do love this shade and I do like this concealer. It does give a really good buildable full coverage concealer, but I like that it just hides your imperfections, and I have been using this as a spot conceal too. Now, another concealer you guys have heard me talk about is the Huda Beauty, the Overachiever Concealer. I'm in the shade Hazelnut. This one is really good too. If you have puffiness under your eyes, if you wake up with just like puffy face, puffy under eyes, this one is a really good shade for you. The tip of it on this applicator, it is cold press, so when you apply it, it does be cold. I will say be careful because when you squirt this, you only need a little bit, but you could feel the cooling sensation just around your under eye, and it just like puffs everything down. So that's really cool. I really did like this one for the month of December. And excuse me, you guys, I am congested. Now on to some other primers. I recently hauled this from Ulta. This is the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. You guys, I don't know what is up, but NYX really did get me back on this one. This one used to be a favorite, and I put it down. You guys know I was hooked on Urban Decay, and this one's really good. It was only $7.99. You can get it at Ulta. It's basically a colorless concealer, but this does not budge, crease, or anything. I find that I can even use this with like my Stila glitter shadows. Now a primer that is new, but I am wearing it now and I love it. This is the Touch and Soul No Pore Blend Primer. It's a smooth and pore covering. I use this in my T-zone area around my pores where I get large pores, and I find that it filters out like the pores. So I have really large pores, and on those days where I can really see them protruding through, I feel like when I apply the primer, it's like a filtering effect on the on my skin. So when I'm applying the foundation, it's pretty much everything is like filtered out or smoothed out. So I really do like this. This was one of those, should I try it? It's $19. I did buy it at the last Sephora sale. If you're looking for something like that, definitely get your hands on it. It is a large bottle, but I will say a little bit of it goes a long way. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this, and you guys know I got the gift set. This is a little Laniege lip sleeping mask. I'm finding that my lips are loving this because lately I've had like dry chapped lips. It's been raining in California. It's been getting really cold, and I'm just like using regular chapstick, and my lips are like, no, put this on. So when I've been putting this on, my lips have been very smooth, very not drying or anything. I'm like, okay, but I do have a couple of minis, so I keep the minis even around. But this little thing is $19, so shout out for Dion for telling me about it. Now, something I have been loving, and I'm currently wearing it right now, you probably can't even tell, it's so subtle. The Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Espresso. I have been using this to do a contour, and you guys have seen it in my last Get Ready With Me. If you're not into contouring, or you just want a soft, subtle contour, these matchsticks are perfect. I got Espresso and I was able to swatch it in store, but now I use a cream base, and then I top it with like my a bronzer, like a any type of bronzer you want. But even as a cream, I find that I have not topped it with like no powder to set it, and this works really good. You only need a little bit, so very go lightly handed. But ever since I started using this, now I'm like, I want to contour or chisel out my face. So on to some other things. I am wearing this right now, and it's so subtle, and I love this about it. This is the new Laura Mercier Translucent Glow Powder in Medium Deep. I have been loving the heck out of this. You only need a little bit. This is for one of those days where you just want a no type of makeup look. Or if you want to do glowy skin, this is definitely good. I only apply this on my cheeks. I don't set this under my eyes. I put it in those places that I want to highlight my skin. I know some people have their own method or their own ways of doing this, but personally, I say use only just a little bit to highlight those areas where you highlight, but I would not recommend this, at least for me, to highlight this under my eyes. There's concealers and other things for that. But something an oldie but goodie, and I recently put this into my everyday drawer. These are the Makeup Forever, like this is a blush, no, this is contour, blush, and a highlighter. And actually this could be used as a blush, but this is a customized set, and I'll put the names of them down below. So I recently pulled this out because you can buy like 3 and get the compact at Sephora, and I was just like, Makeup Forever, like I really don't play with them a lot anymore, but this was like, okay. And I'm wearing the blush right now. Now I will say you very need to go light-handed with these colors because the pigmentation is wild with these, but I really did like these a lot, enough that I've continued to keep them in my everyday drawer. And I find that some Makeup Forever products are really good, especially like their blushes, and I would say some of their eyeshadows also. But as far as other things, I'm like not a fan of, but these have been a kicker. Now, another highlighter that I recently bought, and you guys know, I was kind of surprised. I didn't know if I was really gonna like this. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze All Over Face Foil Illuminizer. I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like this. I did swatch it in store, and I seen it, and I was just like, okay, like this is hot. I do like it, but I wasn't sure. I was just kind of like, I don't know, but I really do end up liking this. This has been a ticket item that I'm like, I can't let go of. I'm not sure when I'm gonna take it out my everyday drawer. But then on to some palettes, and I'm gonna start off with the one I'm wearing now. This is from Crown, and it doesn't have a name, but this palette is so worth it. This came in my BoxyCharm for the month of November, and this palette, I have been loving this warm tones. It kind of reminds me of an old Lorac palette. I think it was probably one of those Lorac Unzip palettes. That's what it reminds me of. But I really do love this palette. I've been wearing this palette for the past month since I got that November box. And at first I was like, I was going to give it away. And then I was like, no, just try out the colors. And when I tell you I have used every shade in this palette to create a look, that's the type of palette. So definitely, if you can get your hands on this Crown palette, go ahead. If you haven't signed up for BoxyCharm, I do have a referral link down below. I will be doing a BoxyCharm video showing you guys the Luxe box because I did sign up, and they do those every 3 months. So yeah, that's the only beauty subscription service that I actually do have. So I highly recommend BoxyCharm. They're hit and miss at times, but 80% of the time, they become a hit. Now, 2 other palettes that I have been using, I've been loving, is the Huda Nudes palette. I'm not gonna even lie, like, this palette, I had to take this out. Like, there were some palettes that I was like, okay, this one I had to pretty much hide from myself. These colors are blendable. Huda, it's something about the quality of her shadows that are buttery. When they melt in your skin, they just blend out so good. So I do love that. The swatches are not always the best, but once you wear the palette, it is like, wait a minute, what color did I put on? Because it's just buttery, soft, blendable. It's so good. So if you haven't got your hands on this, I would definitely say try it. I will agree with a lot of reviews. This concealer that's on here, it wasn't needed. It could have been used as a transition color. If anything, I really didn't see the point of the concealer on here. Maybe she did it for those that don't necessarily use her concealers, but for me, I didn't feel like it was needed, if you understand what I mean. But yeah, this was like, you gotta get your hands on it. If you didn't get your hands on this for the Sephora sale, definitely make sure you get your hands on it. Now, last but not least, ColourPop's Perception with Shayla. Ever since this palette has came out, I have been in love with these shades, love with these colors. A little bit goes a long way. You do have a ton of fallout, but this has been one of my ride or die favorites for November, October, and November. I think I included this in my October's favorites too. But ColourPop always has a sale, so I highly recommend if you have not got your hands on this. I think ColourPop's palettes are like $12 or $15. They always get my money with their palettes, and they always have a sale. So that is it for, no, some other things. I got some books. So some books, you guys probably, I don't even know when the last time I talked about books on my channel, but I do listen to Audible books all the time. I have a subscription service with them. Something that if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys have already seen that I did go see Miss Michelle Obama when she was in LA. Her Becoming tour, Tracy Ellis Ross hosted the LA tour, and ever since her book tour, she has a special host for each tour. So you basically get a little bit of a different personality for each month. Well, I did go ahead and see her, and this is my hard copy. I have the Audible copy and I love it. The Audible copy, you actually get to hear her talk about reading the book to you. So when I did go ahead, and Amazon was running the special for $19, after I left the event, I said, let me go ahead and get the hard copy. During the event, I did go ahead and get a bookmarker. Part of my ticket when I did go to the show was I actually get an autographed copy mailed to me with her signed autographed copy. So with that, I actually want to frame that. So I was like, you know what, I'm getting a framed autographed copy. I don't want anyone touching that one, but this one I do want to have on my shelf. So I highly recommend getting this in hardback or getting this in the Audible version. The Audible version is so soothing because you're hearing her actually read the book to you, so you get to feel and understand every part of her becoming. And because of my lifestyle, Audible books are better, but I told my husband, I was like, I have to have this. So Michelle Obama, must read. Now, I do have my Audible app right here on my phone, and if you're not subscribed to Audible, I'll go ahead and post a referral link down below. I think pretty much everyone is. So I am currently listening to the Michelle Obama Becoming. Now, the second book I'm halfway done with is The Cheerleaders by Cara Thomas. I did post this on Instagram. Shout out to Dion, a beauty in her books. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. She recommended this one to me, and I was just like, I'm never into these suspense crazy books. I don't even know. Like, Dion, comment and tell me how would you describe it, because this book is really good. Like, I have 6 hours left and I've been so pulled in. Like, the way the storyline goes, you're pulled in from start to finish, and it's crazy because I'm like, I do all my urban fiction, but this one by Cara Thomas is so good, and it's called The Cheerleaders. Now, I'm going through my book list because, of course, you guys know The Family Business. If you haven't read The Family Business by Carl Weber, now the show is on BET. Stick to reading the books instead of the actual TV show. But Carl Weber's The Family Business has been hands down probably a favorite that I would go back and listen to. It was kind of crazy. Now, let's see. I'm going through my list because there's so many other books that I want you guys to know that I've been reading that it's been so good. Kiki Swanson, wife, she does this whole wifey series. hands down good. Let's see, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that has caught my attention? Of course, Tiffany Haddish, The Last Black Unicorn. I listen to a lot of these Audible books, so they're so good to read and actually hear people tell their story. Also, shout out to Gabrielle Union on her new baby, but her new book, We're Going to Need More Wine, is so good too, because she just really tells her stories like Gabby from Around the Way. And if you're not a fan of her, it would make you actually understand a lot of her struggles, or understand like during times of her life where you were like, oh my god, So yeah, that's it. If you want some definitely inspiration, some girl power movement, I would say hashtag Girl Boss by Sophia. She talks about her life as being a girl boss and with owning the company Nasty Gal. And then of course Terry McMillan getting to Happy. That's just the return of Waiting to Excel. That's pretty much it. I got so many books in here. I will go ahead and post the link down below to my Audible if you haven't signed up. That is a referral code along with the BoxyCharm. Everything will be in the description box. Till then, I hope you guys loved this final favorites for 2018. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to go ahead and let others know about my channel, and I will see you guys in the next favorites in 2019. Bye.